Welcome, everyone. I am so excited today to be talking about the power of collaboration when living abroad. I have lots to unpack today, so I'm going to get started. I will be reading some of the pointers out and the notes because it helps me stay on track, and I'm still getting used to showing up on YouTube and doing these solos. So, have you ever collaborated with someone after you've moved abroad? Living abroad can be very lonely, isolating, and if you don't have a network, it makes it even harder. And I learned about the word collaboration really after I would say not learned about the word collaboration, but the power of the word collaboration. I knew what the meaning was, but I never really thought about it till after I moved to the US and I didn't have a network. And a lot of what I did came through the power of collaboration. And as I've been thinking about topics for these YouTube lives, collaboration was one of them that I decided I needed to do a YouTube live about because the Expat Woman, which is the organization, the business I run, is all about collaboration. When someone is showing up for you online, it says my connection is unstable, so hopefully things will improve. If you can still hear this, let me know in the chat if you're still able to uh, see me or hear me, because this is the problem with going live and depending on the internet. Oh, Malena says she can hear me. All right. And I see a few more people who have joined me. Thank you so much. So if you'd like, introduce yourself in the chat. Let me know where you're calling in from. Uh, and then also, as we're talking about collaboration, I would love to hear if you have collaborated or if there's something you'd like to do. So Pilar is joining me. Wonderful. Welcome, Pilar. Where are you calling in from? Let me know in the chat which city or country. And while you're doing that, I will just pull up my notes for reference. Maybe someday I'll have forgot what it's called, a teleprompter, right? And then I don't need to look at my notes. But for now, let me use those. So living abroad can be exciting, also lonely and overwhelming. So what helped me with some of the success with the expat woman, with other things I did before the expat woman, and projects I continue to do, is connecting with other people, collaborating with them. And it is your secret superpower when you move abroad, if you can find the right people to collaborate with. And it doesn't even have to be people in the same city or country. It could be someone back in your home country. It could be someone you have met in another country on your platform like LinkedIn, or maybe even YouTube. Maybe today some of you joining me live might be able to connect with each other, and maybe you are inspired, hopefully, by my YouTube live, and then you can possibly collaborate on something. So I'm hoping something comes out of this um, YouTube live. So Pilar is in California, United States. Oh, no, Pilar is in the US. Yeah, Malena is in the California. Pilar is in Portland, Oregon, but she's looking to relocate to Mexico, and she's so happy to join us live. Thank you, Pilar. And I know one of the members of the Expat Woman membership. She is currently based in Mexico, and I'd be happy to connect you both. She's a digital nomad in Mexico, so you know how to reach me, right? I'm going to share links to how you can connect with me in the YouTube chat, and then you can reach out to me. So let's go back to the power of collaboration. But before that, if you don't know who I am, my name is Naina Kaputi. I'm the founder and CEO of the Expat Woman, and also a LinkedIn coach and trainer. And for April and sorry, yeah, this is April, right? Yeah, for April and May, I have challenged myself to go live every month on the YouTube channel, every week, actually, every Thursday at 9 a.m. PST, and talk about a specific topic to build the confidence and courage to show up live on a platform like YouTube. But also, I like going live because I want to make things simple. If you record a video and then you have to edit it and then you have to upload it, it's so much harder. I like things very simple, and like things just I just like doing stuff, and that's why I like these live streams on YouTube. As I said, the internet connection can be a problem, and it's harder to talk solo when you're going live because I can't edit or cut it, so I can't remove all the ums and the ahs and the and I might have brain fag and brain fog. Last week I had a panic attack while doing this YouTube live because I don't know, I just got very nervous for no reason because I've been speaking virtually and in person for many years now, but I just continued. So I'm hoping I'll get more comfortable as I move forward with these YouTube lives. So with that, yeah, so when I moved to the US, I started my first, I made a documentary film, and then I started my business, the Expat Woman. And I really realized that I couldn't do things alone. I needed to collaborate with people. I like being a solopreneur. I like being independent because I'm pretty creative. I'm kind of impulsive. I don't like a lot of protocols. I don't like meetings. I don't like people telling me what to do. So like being solo for the most part. But there are times where I see the power in collaboration. One is it definitely helps build confidence, helps you get more comfortable. You can tap into other people's audiences, or you don't have the skills and you need to collaborate with other people to build the skills, right? So it also helps you step out of your comfort zone. So today, with the power of collaboration abroad, with this topic, we're going to talk about what is collaboration, why collaboration is important when you live abroad. I'm going to share some more examples of how I have collaborated, history of collaboration, because also collaboration existed for centuries, right? How people collaborate in different countries, and then some tips on how to collaborate. Does anyone have anything to add about collaboration? Have any questions? Oh, Malena says she didn't see me having a panic attack last week. I did, but even now I feel a little nervous. But the show has to go on, right? It's always hard, I think, at the beginning when you start off. So, what is collaboration? It's simply working with others to achieve something you couldn't do alone. It could be co-hosting a workshop, creating content together, maybe volunteering, or maybe even attending an event. You want to attend an event in person or even virtually, and you say, hey, let's go together, let's collaborate, let's try and connect with people and introduce, us to each other, not to each other, but to other guests. So maybe you go with another person and they go and network with someone, then they bring you along to introduce you. That's kind of a collaboration too. Malena, who is joining me live, is part of the Expat Woman membership. And she and I have been collaborating because she's helping me build engagement on the Expat Woman Facebook groups and the LinkedIn page and groups by creating content. She also, as I said, shows up every week for my live streams to cheer me on. And that's kind of collaboration too, right? So for expats, collaboration is about combining your strengths with others in your community, both local and international. And there's several definitions for collaboration in the dictionary. For instance, the Oxford English Dictionary says collaboration is the action of working with someone to produce something. The Cambridge Dictionary says the situation of two or more people working together to create or achieve the same thing. And the Merriam-Webster Dictionary says collaboration is to work jointly with others or together, especially in an intellectual endeavor. So, why collaboration is so important when you live abroad? If you've an expat woman trying to find your footing abroad, collaboration isn't just helpful, it can be transformational. It has been for me. I started the YouTube channel about 7 years ago. I never showed up on the channel. So, I would have other people share their workshops. Uh, I would host events and then record them and upload them to the Expat Woman YouTube channel. So that was kind of collaboration because I was connecting with other people who were experts, who were confident about being on video and having their content shared on the Expat Woman YouTube channel. And then 2 years ago, I decided I should start doing interviews. So I started interviewing people. I have two YouTube channels, the Expat Woman YouTube channel and a LinkedIn YouTube channel. So I was doing collaborations with experts. I started with the LinkedIn YouTube channel with people who are very active on LinkedIn, who are LinkedIn experts. And I would live stream it on the LinkedIn YouTube channel, on the LinkedIn, on my LinkedIn page, and in Facebook. And it, initially it was hard, but I was collaborating with these people to build the confidence to show up live. So I was doing these live streamings, and I was using a third party platform called StreamYard. I'll share a link in the comments if you want to use StreamYard, but that's what I was doing. And then of course I moved to doing the Expat Woman show, where I was interviewing expat experts on YouTube. So again, collaborating with other people, where I was just asking them questions and tapping into their expertise. And then, of course, now I'm doing it alone, but I got the courage and the confidence. I'm still nervous. Don't get me wrong; it takes a while, and I'm one of those people who does get anxious when I have to do stuff like this, especially when I can't bring you guests on stage and I'm the only one speaking, and I know at some point other people are going to watch it, and I can't get up and say, okay, I'm taking a break now. I mean, I guess I could, maybe I should put that into the live stream, but I'm sure I'll lose people. But yeah, it gave me the confidence and courage to show up on platforms like this. uh, so with that, uh, why should expat women, collaborate? It combats isolation for sure, especially as I said, when you move abroad, sometimes you don't have a network. You want to do stuff. It could be simple as going to an event, a meetup, meeting someone for coffee to discuss and brainstorm ideas. Maybe you want to work on a project. It doesn't have to be professional. Maybe it could even be something fun, like starting a book club, or gardening together. But you don't want to do it alone. You want to work with someone else, because besides confidence and courage, when you collaborate with someone, it makes you accountable. I go with my son, my 19-year-old son, to the gym. He joined the gym first, and now I go along with him. So it's making us both accountable. If I had to go on my own, I'm not sure if I would go so regularly, but and he wouldn't either. So when he's not at college or he finishes early, we both go to the gym together. So it can be something like that. And I wish when I had moved to the US initially and I was so lonely and isolated, could have found other women to do fun stuff with. Maybe let's go to, play tourist in San Francisco. Let's try different cuisines. Let's go for walks. Let's work out. It's just so much you can do. But I didn't think about it. I was so desperate to find a job. And maybe even that's something I could have done. I could have collaborated with other women to, maybe we could have job search together, or figure out how do we uh, prepare for an interview. And that's why I founded the Expat Woman, and then of course later the Expat Woman membership, because I realized that I need to bring women together, like-minded women who have moved abroad, who are looking who have similar goals. Especially when you've moved from another country, you have similar expectations, experiences, insights, no matter which country you move from. Like Malena is from Poland, and I'm here now. Of course, some Pilar is going to Mexico. So your whole perspective is different, because you're thinking globally, you're global minded, and that makes helps you to connect with someone else who's in a similar situation. But you can also collaborate with people from the country, with locals, because that gives you an edge, because you're tapping into their knowledge of that country, of their experiences living there, someone you can ask for insights and tips and strategies, etc. All right. So with that, let me go back to the power of collaboration. It boosts visibility when you're in a new country. It can be hard to get noticed, whether you're looking for work, clients, or simply connection. So collaborating with local or fellow expat professionals puts you on the radar of new audiences and opportunities. Right now, inside the Expat Women membership, we have a project, a collaboration, where every week we'll start in May. It's called the Visibility Follow Friday collaboration. So every Friday, two members will team up, and will share each other's expertise and introduce each other on LinkedIn and encourage their audiences to follow each other. And why this is good, because they're all either women who've lived abroad, want to live abroad, have repatriated, are currently living abroad. And so that itself is a common thread. And they're all high achieving, talented, ambitious, purpose driven women. And again, that's a common thread. And so they're supporting each other by collaborating and showcasing each other, spotlighting each other. So, and then their audiences will see each other. I'll share a link to the Expat Women membership in the comments, so anyone interested in learning more can check it out. But the whole principle of the Expat Women membership is built on a collaboration. Teaming up with someone, even on a small project, pushes you outside of your comfort zone. You have to step out of it. You have to get the courage, because now someone else is working with you. You can't, shy away from it. And that's why I was saying, even showing up on these YouTube lives, for instance, Malena, I know, shows up every week. She even tells me when I post on LinkedIn, or she'll send me a message saying, I'm going to be there. So in a way, she's my unofficial collaborator, because I know she's going to be there. So I have to show up, right, for this live. Plus, I'm sharing it everywhere on the newsletter, on the Expat Woman LinkedIn page, Facebook groups. So even if people are not showing up for the live, maybe they'll watch a replay. And in a way, they're my collaborators, my invisible accountability partners, if you will. It encourages belonging. When you work together with someone on a shared goal, you feel part of something bigger. That sense of belonging is crucial when you're navigating a new culture, navigating a new country, or you're planning to move to a country. For instance, Pilar wants to move to Mexico. I'm going to connect her with Sandra Morno, who lives in Mexico, and maybe they can uh, kind of collaborate on how can we meet up when you come there, or maybe they'll do a virtual coffee chat and share and exchange information. Even so, you can even connect and collaborate with someone even before you move abroad. And collaboration leads to new opportunities. It opens the doors because someone else's network is seeing you and learning about you, or you're getting the confidence and courage to do something you've never done before. Or when you connect or collaborate with someone, you have an aha moment and like, wow, I've learned something from this person, and now maybe I can do this, or someone notices you. So there's just so many wonderful things that come out of collaboration. And you make a new friend, you make a new connection, a new accountability partner, a new cheerleader when you collaborate with someone and you have a good experience. Now, not all collaborations can be positive. Maybe sometimes you collaborate with someone and it's not very supportive, it's toxic. That's why it's good to know a little bit about the person before you jump into the collaboration and start doing something. So always test signing on to do something really big. Start with something small, maybe meet up a few times, maybe work on a small project before you do something big. I'll give you some examples of I have collaborated. So, when one of the first collaborations I did was when I made a feature-length documentary film. So, after I moved to the US, I came to the US to study film, and then I made a few small films, short films, and some of them with my husband. So, I'd say my first collaboration was with my husband, because we worked together to make a couple of films. And then we did a documentary film together about gender violence in India and the Indian diaspora in North America. Now, I didn't have any expertise. I'd studied film, but I was not an expert on the camera or editing. I was just the producer and the director. And so I had to bring on collaborators to help me make the film. And so I had to bring on an editor. My husband was the cameraman or the DP, and then, of course, I had to bring on color corrections, sound, volunteers to help me fundraise. And because of all that, I would reach out to the media. They started posting about my creating articles or interviewing me on in newspapers, online, on TV, on video, and that brought in more people. So the collaborations helped me complete the documentary. It helped me get more visibility. I got a producer because I didn't have enough money to complete the film. So he read about me and he came on board, and he supported the film, and I was able to complete it. And then even after the film was done, I had to collaborate with folks to show my film, movie theaters, film festivals, even corporations like Yelp and Google. I forgot, there were quite a few corporations that showed my film at at their events, and they even paid me to come and speak. So it was a continuous collaboration, and that was my first experience with really big collaborations. When I hosted my first event in San Francisco, I did it alone, and no one showed up. I did it at a bar in San Francisco. I don't even drink. So I was sitting there. I mean, I drink occasionally, but not like, I didn't want to drink when I was hosting an event. Sitting there sipping a glass of lemonade, and no one showed up. And so I was like, but I still wanted to do events for women in San Francisco. So for my I planned another event where I collaborated with another expat woman, Petra. She's originally from Austria, and together we hosted an event. She worked for a nonprofit called Renaissance, which helps women entrepreneurs start businesses in San Francisco. And I had done a short course with them when I was starting the Expat Woman. So I had met Petra because she worked there. So we collaborated to host this event. Now, she was focused on fashion. So we did like a fashion event with a panel with fashion experts and models, and we had vendor tables, and the event sold out because she brought in her audience. I tapped, and I had a very small audience at that point. So, but even then, I was able to bring in a couple of vendors from my audience, and I hosted it at a venue where I knew the person through my network. And I thought maybe I would try and show this, uh, this little bit of a video with you. So let me see if I can share it. I thought it'd be fun to show you a little glimpse of the videos. Let's see if I can share my screen and see if it's, I don't know which one it would be. Not that one. Oh, here it is. Let me open it. Okay. Hope this will work. Is this the one? Okay, let me enter. It's just and even this, I collaborated with someone to shoot the fashion show. So you can see I had, that's where we got models, we had all these vendors. It was like an amazing event, and I don't know anything about fashion. Analysts.
I love it. People have great attitude. They're just so awesome. Everyone's like, looking so cool and fashionable. So I'm very excited to be here.
And like all these people selling these like cool clothes, I really like it.
All right. So that was a fashion show, and it looks like, oh, you guys couldn't see the video? Oh, I'm sorry. And I lost some people in the bargain too because of that. I'm sorry. I thought I was sharing it, but maybe it didn't work. Yeah. No one was able to see the video? Let me know in the chat if you were able to see the video or not, because it said I was sharing. Whoever's watching, can you let me know? Did you see the video or not? And if not, I'll share a link. Oh, it's a black screen. Pilar says a black screen. What I'll do is I will share the link to the video in the chat and in the comments, so you can watch it later. But that's interesting. And again, it's like you guys are my collaborators by telling me you can't see it, because I've never tried to show something before in a YouTube live. It said I was sharing the screen. I'll try something else again a little later, Pilar, and I want to show another video, and you can tell me if you can see it or not. I'll check while I'm showing it. I'll check to see in the chat if you can see it. Okay. So yeah, so that was the in-person event. Then I've hosted in-person conferences, events, virtual summits. As I said, I did YouTube Live, Facebook Live, LinkedIn Lives, and then of course the Expat Woman membership, where my members pay to be part of the membership, but we do so many collaborations, and I also learn from them by them being part of the membership and them sharing insights and knowledge and expertise. It's like a collaboration for me. And I love this African proverb. It says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And I really believe that you need sometimes to collaborate with other people if you want to go far. So also within the Expat Women membership, as I said, our focus is on collaboration, right? So I've seen the magic of collaboration in the larger expat community. So not the membership, but bringing women together. I've seen women collaborate, like Petra, who I've collaborated with. She met another woman at one of my events. It was again like fashion focused, and she and that woman have not only become great friends, but uh, her name is Shirin. Shirin hosts a fashion community week in San Francisco, and I know Petra has been involved. She's maybe emceed some of those events. She's done stuff for them. So the magic happens when you bring women together and they collaborate. And then within the membership, I've seen our members come together when they're hosting a webinar. Other members show up to support them, give them feedback. They do YouTube videos together. They're on each other's podcast. They are, being accountability partners. Malena did a collaborated with Julie, one of our members, and did her LinkedIn banner for her. And talking about Julie, Julie was very nervous to start her YouTube channel, and so she decided. And there was another member, Thais, who's also nervous. And they've shared this with me, so it's not that I'm just revealing something. I was nervous too, and that's why I was collaborating with folks to do YouTube videos. And so they collaborated to do the expat coach hangout videos so they can both be comfortable. Now I'm going to try sharing a little bit of that video to just give you an example of two uh, women living abroad who want to build their visibility, want to build their accountability, and also want to get more comfortable on video, came together to support each other, build their confidence and courage. Let me see if I can see that. And Pilar, Malena, and whoever else is watching, you can let me know in the comments if you can see the video or not. So let me try this, because I've never shared anything before. So let's see if you can see it now.
Which is my only saving grace, the only reason I'm doing this. But in order to challenge myself, in order to show up and just
Pilar
do the
can't
thing,
see it.
even though
Okay,
I'm
because I
scared,
can see it in the YouTube. Anyone else
this is me
watching?
trying that.
Okay, awesome.
It's a new experiment. I don't know what it's going to be called yet, but probably expat coaches hanging out or the expat coach hangout. If anyone has any ideas, put them in the comments so that we can give this baby a cool name. But the idea is for me to show up on video regularly, to learn how to talk to the camera, and also impart some of my experiences. I don't want to call it wisdom, but whatever. And I have connected with Thai Silver, who's a great friend, a good business buddy of mine, and also an expat coach. And she has graciously agreed to try this crazy thing and be my first guinea pig. So this is us doing that. Welcome, Thais. I am very nervous. I don't know about you, but I am extremely nervous, but we won't let that stop us, right?
Hi, Julie. Thank you. Thank you so much for the great introduction, by the way. Very nice. And yeah, I'm happy to be here and to learn a bit from your experience, but also share a bit of my experience as an expat coach. I'm looking forward.
All right. Well, let's get started. I thought for this first meeting, we could just start with the super broad, but I feel very important topic.
All right. So that's an example of, two of our members coming together to collaborate on a video. And I know they've been doing more videos since then. I'll share a link to their YouTube series in the comments on the description. I've been saying comments for everything, but I'll share all the stuff, all the links that I mentioned in the description of this YouTube video, so you can check them out. I will try showing that the first event that I hosted not first, but the second event. So 1 minute, Pilar said something. I recently heard Mel Robbins say in her 5 second rule that instead of saying I'm nervous or freaking out, you could say I'm very excited. So we changed to a positive tone. What do you think? That I haven't heard that, Pilar, but I think that's a great one. But I don't know. I think it's really good, but I feel when you tell people you're nervous, maybe they are more supportive and empathetic, and you feel more authentic. Like, I don't know. It's a really great question, but I like what Julie said. She was nervous because then I all the more I feel like I know she's nervous, and all the more I want to watch and see how she does, because we then can empathize with the person, because you have to think about who your network is. Maybe if it's a very high powered CEOs, and again, our expat women are high powered, but we are more like down to earth, authentic, supportive. So I think finally you have to say what you're most comfortable with, but maybe if you say you're excited, maybe you start feeling, and maybe I'll try that, and maybe I'll suggest that to Julie or anyone else who feels nervous. Pilar, have you done any online speaking or in-person speaking or videos? I'm just curious if you have tried it and if you feel your energy changes, because maybe that would be saying maybe I'll try to, because as I said, with these lives I do get nervous too. Maybe I need to start by saying I'm really excited to be here and smile, and maybe then I let go of all the nerves. So I maybe it's worth testing it out. And because I can't really I haven't really tried it, but it's a great suggestion, so I thank you for sharing that. I'm going to try. I really want to see why the other video didn't work. So you guys be my collaborators and tell me if this other video that y'all didn't see earlier, if it shows up. I'm going to try it one more time. So this was the first collaborative event I ever did for the expat woman with somebody else, with the Renaissance Business Center, and Petra was the lead. And that gave me the confidence to hold bigger events. I had hosted events in the past when I was fundraising for my documentary film, but this was a whole new business and a whole new target audience. So let me try again. I'm just going to show a little bit of the video. So let me see if it works. Okay. Let me know if you can see it in the chat. Okay, awesome. I don't know what I did earlier. That's the first. I think I'm working. Yeah, so just really just really courage, because I just realized I can do it, and yeah. Anyway, that's all right. So that was an example I was. Okay, so that was an example. And Pilar said she has done in-person speaking. She's an interculturalist and communication facilitator. So I'm curious, Pilar, have you tried, maybe you don't feel nervous when you speak, but just curious if you do, have you tried this, this strategy of saying, I'm really excited, and they say in the first 5 seconds. Let me know in the chat. All right. And I'm going to continue with the collaboration. The other thing is, we do inside the membership is we have members who want to build a confidence to host workshops and master classes. We give them the opportunity to do a master class within inside the membership. So either they need confidence and courage, or they want feedback on a specific topic, and they want to start in a safe space. And that's another thing about collaboration. Sometimes it's a safe space that you want to find where you can collaborate with people. So they're sharing the masterclass, but in a way it's a collaboration, because everyone's showing up, giving them feedback, supporting them, cheering them on, and they're also making new connections. I think the beauty of collaboration is you make lifelong friends, accountability partners, cheerleaders, whatever it is. Okay, so But I wanted to also, as I mentioned briefly earlier, you don't have to say yes to every collaboration opportunity, right? Because I run the Expat Women, because I have a network of over 50,000 folks across all the platforms like newsletters, social media, etc. I almost every day or every week I might get an email or a DM saying, I would like to collaborate with you on this or that. And if I said yes to every one of them, it would be exhausting. So I have, and this started right from the beginning. Even when I was doing the documentary film, if people wanted to do something for the film or wanted to interview me, I look at each opportunity and see, is the timing right? Is it relevant? Are there do their values align with mine? Is their audience my audience? Like sometimes people want to interview me for a podcast, but if their audience is not mine, because I'm intentionally growing my audience of women living abroad or women who want to move abroad or globally minded women, and if it's not my audience, I will say no. Or if they are wanting too much out of me, like they might want to collaborate with me to do an event and they are just starting out, so they do not bring any audience and basically want to tap into my audience, because I have limited time. And the Expat Woman is a for-profit organization, so it's also, I have to generate revenue. So there's so many things to keep in mind when you people ask you to collaborate. And I often say no. Sometimes the relationship might sour, but I realize I cannot be a people pleaser and collaborate with everyone that reaches out to me. And there are plenty of times when I've reached out to someone to collaborate. It could be even, can you speak at my event? Would you be interested in being a sponsor? Would you like to be, when I was interviewing people for my podcast, would you like to be that inside the membership? When we do collaboration projects, sometimes I invite someone and, they might be too busy. Maybe they don't think it's a right fit, or they have another project. So you have, so both ways, you can say no, and you have to be okay and be open to other people saying no to you and not take it personally, right? So very important to keep that in mind. And I was also thinking about collaboration in terms of, we've been collaborators, I think, ever since the first man walked this earth, right? They would hunt in teams. The women would work together to draw water from the well, and then maybe sit together and weave baskets. The men would go together, as I said before, to hunt. They'd move in packs, just and that's kind of collaboration, just like animals very often in the wild, right? They're collaborating together. And and you think of the ancient trade routes, the Renaissance, they were all, people came together to collaborate, to exchange goods. Or when the artists would come together, France and I think Paris was like, people, artists would come from all over to collaborate, learn from each other. Think of the United Nations, founded in 1945 after World War II. It has over 193 member states that work towards common goals such as peace, human rights, climate action, sustainable development. And you may not always agree with what they do, but they were still able to bring countries together to collaborate on shared values. The International Space Station is another one. The NASA, Russia has Roscosmos, Japan has JAXA, Europe has ESA, ESA, and Canada CSA. They all work together to maintain and develop the International Space Station. Sorry. Yeah, and that, it shows, so whether it's science, politics, human rights, come, even on a global stage, people come together to collaboration. And then, of course, you have open source software, now with AI, scientific innovation, remote work teams. I mean, COVID made collaborate. I think COVID and the pandemic took collaboration to the next level, because people had to come together across countries, across cultures, across borders, and work together. And I asked ChatGPT to share which are the countries and cultures that foster collaboration, and this is what they came up with. So so take it with a grain of salt, but I thought it was interesting, and I wanted to share it with you. The Netherlands has flat hierarchies, team spirit, co-working culture. Sweden, Denmark, it's consensus driven, community oriented. Singapore has diverse networks, innovation hubs. Canada is inclusive and welcoming New Zealand collaborative startups and friendly locals. Germany is organized startup ecosystems, collaboration hubs. And of course, I live in the US, so it's like the US didn't even show up with collaborations when I asked ChatGPT which countries really foster collaborative spirits. But the United States is the founding member of several international organizations, including the UN, NATO, and the World Bank. And I think, for instance, co-working spaces, I'm not sure where it started, but I live in the San Francisco Bay Area, and I remember co-working spaces in a way were like a collaboration, right? Solopreneurs like me, or individuals who are working for companies that were remote, would all come together in these spaces so we could work on our individual projects, but also like network and meet each other, which I thought was kind of a collaborative spirit. So how have you collaborated? uh, I'm reading what Pilar says. She says she does feel nervous. I do feel nervous all the time. I just tried yesterday. What did you try? Okay. I think of doing a live YouTube videos way beyond my comfort zone, but you are an inspiration. Thank you. Pilar, maybe you need to connect with Julie. I don't know if Julie is watching this YouTube live, but maybe find someone like Judy Marks who is collaborating with people to do videos. Maybe that might give you the confidence. Yeah, these lives are hard, but as I said, I am lazy, I'll admit it, on YouTube. So for me, doing a live, it's scary, but it's so much easier to show up on live because I don't have to record the video, and I don't have to edit it, I don't have to upload. I need to do a few, because to keep this YouTube channel active, I need to upload a few videos. But I'd say find someone. So Pilar, you can reach out to me and I will connect you with Julie, or maybe you join the Expat Women membership, and then you can meet Julie and so many other members within our membership, where they're always collaborating on some amazing projects. I see a bunch of people have joined me. So if you want to introduce yourself in the chat, go ahead and let me know who you are and where you're calling from, which city or country are you based on. And don't be shy, this is collaboration, and while they're doing it, I would love everyone who's watching this video to please give it a thumbs up if you like what I'm sharing, because the more people that like it, the more people can get to see it, and hopefully I can inspire more people. And Marlena said she wants to connect with you on LinkedIn. Yeah, maybe Marlena and you can collaborate. Marlena is a great graphic designer. Y'all could do something together. But yeah, please give this video. All you need to do is at the bottom, you see the thumbs up. Give it a like and do subscribe to the channel. As I said, I am going live every week for the next 2 months, and maybe I'll continue it after that. I want to see how it goes on a specific topic. Next week, I'm actually really excited. I'm going to be kicking off something new. I'm going to be doing the Expat Woman news, reviews, and trends video. I'm going to do it at least for April and May on the last Thursday of the month at 9 a.m. PST, because I kind of want to, I love reviewing products. I love learning about what's happening in different parts of the world, the trends, all with a focus on expats. So next week, I'm going to test that out. So next Thursday, I think it's April 24th at 9 a.m. PST. I love for you guys to all join me as collaborators. So what you would do as collaborators is basically, show up in the chat and give me feedback, or even before that, if there's any products or any news or any trends or anything you think I should include in this video. I'm thinking of it like a fun news overview for the month program. I'd love for you to do that. So no one else is introducing themselves in the chat, so that's too bad. But yeah, don't be shy, just let me know. It's always good to know who's watching these live. So we have about, I like to go for an hour or so. This one is, sometimes I do only 30 minutes, but these lives I like sharing everything I can. I like engaging my audience, and I'm trying to also increase the watch hours for this YouTube channel. So I don't know if lives add much to it, but again, I don't want to just fill it with fluff, so just to extend the hours. So hopefully you're learning from what I'm sharing and you're feeling inspired and excited as well. So let's continue with how can you collaborate? How What are some ways you can collaborate? So first of all, finding the right people, very important to find the right people. So when before you collaborate, you need to keep this in mind. What and it could be, as I said, professional, personal. My target audience is professional women living abroad, so I'm really going to focus on the professional aspect, because my goal is to inspire women living abroad to elevate their ideas, their influence, their impact, and income through connections, collaborations, and building their visibility, right? So that opens the doors to new opportunities. So I'm going to talk more from a professional, um, you know, uh, from my mind's going blank, but going to talk about how expats can do so professionally. Okay, so maybe you want to host an event or a workshop. Oh, before that, so you need to keep in mind, before you decide who to collaborate with, you need to keep in mind, what what do you want to collaborate on? What is your goal? Is it like I gave the example of Julie Marks? She wanted to get more confidence showing up on video, so she's connecting with women who, but she's also an expat coach, so she's not just collaborating with anyone, but really folks who are expat coaches, or I guess are focused on expat communities, to do videos with them. So, she knows who her target audience is, she knows who she wants to collaborate with, and what kind of project she wants to collaborate with. Okay, so that's for me. Recently, I collaborated with members of the Expat Women membership, because I was actually doing a YouTube live on networking abroad, and I wanted my members' perspectives and insights on what networking look like in their country. I wanted to do, like, how does networking in person work in different countries? And so I collaborated with my members for them to share their insights. So I mentioned them in the YouTube video, and then I also created a blog post which went on the Expat Women website, where I shared all their insights. And I want to, let me see if I can share it here. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to share the blog post here, so you can see. Yeah, I shared the video that I did, and then I shared, starting with, me, how people network in San Francisco. Sierra shared how people network in Mauritius. Sam shared how people network in Spain. Estefania shared how people network in Brazil. Monisha shared how people network in Tokyo, Japan. Julie shared how people network in China. Lucia shared how people network in Canada, British Columbia, and Paula shared, networking in San Francisco, Poland. So these were my collaborators, and they shared, and hopefully you guys got to see that, but they shared how people network in different countries. So I collaborated with them. So again, that was my goal, to create content around networking in different countries. You can collaborate with people to host webinars or virtual panels on topics like expat life, leadership, cultural intelligence, culture shocks. Again, is it something that you want to showcase more of your expertise in? Right? What is the outcome? What is the transformation? Or is it just to build confidence and courage? Maybe maybe hosting in-person events, a meetup, a coffee meetup, maybe coming together to do some coaching or training. You could write together, like I shared earlier, co-author articles or blog posts on platforms like LinkedIn, or if you have a website, on your own website. Maybe you can do an ebook together, a toolkit, resource guide, create graphics together, like what Marlena has been doing. I mean, she's been doing most of it, but I've given her some input, and I'm sure when Marlena, you partnered with Julie, it was similar. Julie gave you some ideas on what kind of banner to create. Feature each other in interviews, on newsletters, go live together. Maybe you can do it simple, maybe on Instagram before you do something big. So it's, again, you can go live together, you can cross promote services, refer clients to one another, maybe create a bundle, with, if you're an interculturalist, sorry, sorry, Pilar, it's like I'm tripping on the word, but maybe doing something creating a bundle and then finding various people to share like their coaching or their courses, and selling it. I don't know. I'm just giving you examples, highlight each other's work regularly on social media, start a mastermind, launch something together, you know, participate in visibility challenges. Like you could maybe, like we're doing it inside the membership, but if you don't join the membership, maybe you can find a group of women and say, every week, let's collaborate on maybe creating a LinkedIn post together or showcasing each other's skills or expertise. So, that's very important. So, how do you find people to collaborate with? You today, some of you are watching my live, or maybe you'll watch the replay. If you want to collaborate, not in the chat, but in the comments, you can introduce yourself. If you want to share a link to your LinkedIn profile and say, what kind of collaborators you're looking for. I mean, some folks have gone on to collaborate and then become co-founders of businesses. I used to host all women hackathon in person and virtual, and women would come together to work on projects. And then some of those went on to start uh, businesses together. I haven't followed up with them, but I know, they were so excited and they didn't know each other before they joined. Okay, so yeah, so by attending events, you might meet your potential collaborators. You could connect on social media, joining Facebook groups. The Expat Woman has a Facebook group. I'll share that link in the description as well. And don't be afraid to reach out to people. As I said, so many people reach out to me. I really appreciate them reaching out to me, but I often have to say no, but they did it. And I think that's a win. And then, you eliminate one person, you find somebody else. And the same thing, I've reached out to people and some people have said no, some people have said yes. So, you start a conversation and get to know the person a little bit. So just don't blindly go and start ask someone to collaborate. Be very sure of, because I have people all the time reaching out to me and saying, I'd like to collaborate. They don't share anything else. They don't say, I'm working on this project, and I'd like to collaborate with you to do this, this, this. This is the goal. This is the time commitment. So if you just write, let's collaborate, I never know what that means. So be specific. So yeah, and so so your expat journey doesn't have to be a solo one. Okay, you need to find deeper purpose, connection, and success abroad. So I think that's very important. Don't do it alone. It can be something very simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. It could just be, let's call each other and have a virtual coffee chat and maybe exchange ideas. I talk for 15 minutes, you talk for 15 minutes. Or if you only have like 20 minutes, I'll talk for 10 minutes, you talk for 10 minutes. We can brainstorm. uh, it just don't overthink it. But if you've not collaborated, now is the time to do so. Again, I invite you to join the Expat Women membership. I'll share the link in the description. Does anyone have any questions or want to share how they want to collaborate, or what kind of collaboration partners they're looking for? Let me know in the chat before I close this live stream. So while I'm waiting for people to share in the chat, or as I said, maybe later in the comments of the video, I just want to thank you all for joining me. Especially a big shout out to Marlena, who's there, who attends every week, and Pilar, who has been so engaged in the chat, because it's hard talking to myself. I'm just looking at myself speaking. So when I have people active and engaged, it's really helpful. And even those who are silent, maybe you're driving, you're working, and you don't have a chance to type in the chat. I still appreciate you being there and watching. And of course, those who are watching the live replay, but do hit the like button, do subscribe to the Expat Woman YouTube channel. And as I said, next week I'm doing the Expat Woman news, reviews, and trends. So if you have any ideas on products or services that I can review for expats, or if you have, if there's any expat news you want me to share, if there's an expat book, podcast, or any trend, let me know in the comments. Oh, Edelweiss is here again. Yeah, and I forgot your name. I know you showed up a couple of weeks ago, Edelweiss. So my apologies. I can't remember what your name was, but you haven't moved yet. But you're looking for more connections and potential collaborations for when you're actually there. And Pilar and Edelweiss, you're both moving to another country. One tip I would give you is, start finding people who are in the country you're planning to move to, and start, join Facebook groups, connect with people on LinkedIn. Like, I'm looking to travel to South Korea for part of our summer vacation in July. Hopefully we can make it happen. So I have already joined a travel to South Korea Facebook group. I'm connecting with women who live in, because I'll be in Seoul, so mostly connecting with women on LinkedIn who live in Seoul, so that maybe I can meet up with them. I can ask them for advice, tips, etc., on what to see, what to do there. So they're kind of my collaborators. I mean, I'm asking them for feedback. Sometimes I've gone to a country and hosted an event or a meetup there, and then I connect with folks over there, so we can meet up together. So I'd say don't wait to move. Start finding people to connect and collaborate with if you haven't moved yet. And of course, if you're living in a new country, it's so easy now to find people to connect and collaborate with. When I moved to the US in 2002, I don't even know if any social media existed then, but it was really hard, and there were barely any in-person events or meetups. So that's what led me to start the Expat Woman, because it was really hard to find other women who had moved abroad, or women who were, globally conscious or globally minded. So just start looking for people to collaborate with. So thank you all so much for joining. I will see you next week. This chat will be there, but if there's any additional stuff you want to say, do add it in the comments. Introduce yourself in the comments of this video, not in the chat. So you can, whoever's watched can connect with each other, because I always like people to leave my events or my lives having made some new friends and some new connections. Thank you. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Bye, everyone.